Shalom, shalom, Yasha Allah. It's your brother Ari with HOI Atlanta, HOI Georgia. On here, just to bring out a quick video in regards to this whole transgender situation. Basically, what I'm going to show in this video is what they're basically doing to promote this whole transgender education, the whole acceptance of it. I am going to bring out a couple of scriptures, but I just wanted to, keep this awareness in our people. This is exactly why you shouldn't be putting your children in any kind of public school. And if you have to put them in it for any reason, just make sure they're being homeschooled. All right. So try to get into a school where they're homeschooled. You can at least know what they're being taught. You can, be home with them and basically go through a lot of what they're learning. Because this world is very wicked. There's a lot of things that are going on in the background that a lot of people don't want, are not getting into. Excuse me if you hear any noise in the background. They're doing some work in my office. But I just wanted to bring this out. Most High put this in my spirit to keep addressing this issue, because there's going to be some major changes in just how our children are being taught. All right. And not even only that, even if you're not in the school, that there's a lot of things they're going to begin to implement and to promote this agenda in a very different way. Right now, I'm going to play. This is just a 2 minute video. I'm going to play it. The lady you see up here, she's the CEO of Educate and Celebrate. OK, their whole agenda is to bring a completely gay agenda, trans acceptance, and just that whole wicked lifestyle acceptance. And that's the way they teach, is based on that, right? As we know, Esau, Edom, they are the most wicked nation on earth. They're the ones that introduce a lot of these wicked laws. They implement a lot of these policies in place. They're the ones that push certain agendas that is not of the Most High, right? That's complete opposite to the Heavenly Father's will. But anyways, with that said, I'm going to play it. This video was actually released about 3 years ago. But they're on a big scale. They're really, doing it on a more higher level now, right? But anyways, let me go ahead and play the video.
Ellie Barnes, and I am CEO of Educate and Celebrate. And we are a charity that transforms schools and organisations into LGBT-friendly places. So predominantly, we are training teachers because we want our teachers to be really, really confident in the language of gender identity and sexual orientation. So they are speaking the same language as our young people.
Diversity and all, it starts with education. I think, tolerance and LGBTQI issues all should start with education. Companies like this are super important for going in and teaching that and having dialogues, getting people to talk about it. Because there's a lot of things going on in school that I think are kind of ignored. And people like Ellie go in and bring that up, and it's a safe space all of a sudden for any
Salakia Israel. I just noticed the likes and dislikes. 374 people actually disliked this video. That should tell you everything right there. Then you got 9 people that liked it, right? Most High Christ bless. It's crazy, man.
Children that are having issues to speak about it.
The whole concept of Educate and Celebrate is to treat everyone equally and fairly. And really the bottom line is to completely smash heteronormativity. That's what we want to do. So our kids can grow up and be who they are, because we are all more...
Yeah, be who they are. Be completely mentally disturbed. Go through all kinds of depression. All right. If you look at the statistics, a lot of children that were forced into this lifestyle, when they got older, they were extremely depressed. A lot of them committed suicide, right? When a child is 3 years old, they don't know what they want. Whatever you tell them is what they are. Whoever you say they are, that's who they are, right? I mean, just do that test with your child. Like, ask your child, are you a car? They'll probably say yes. Are you a plane? They'll probably say yes. And if you say, are you a woman? And if it's a boy, he'll probably say yes, because he's just trying to please you as their parent. At that age, they're not, they just want you to be happy with them. So whatever you want them to be is what they're going to be, right? So this is why, as a parent, you're supposed to safeguard their mind and make sure that you're teaching them, thus saith the Lord, right? not what this wicked devil witches are trying to push.
Productive, and we're all so much happier when we can be ourselves. So we totally encourage intersectional ways of teaching, lots of pedagogies around usualising, so making LGBT plus people an everyday occurrence within the school. And that can come through by simply teachers being out. It can come through the curriculum. It can come through what you're putting on the walls, so in the environment, and how you're engaging with your community. And that's our goal.
Love is not a choice. It's like me saying that you're not allowed to go to a certain place because you're not from that certain place.
Like one of my closest friends, her mum's lesbian.
Nothing but damn Edomites, right? But you know, they're probably going to put a Jake in here. They might not. But a lot of times, all this basically stems to our community also, right? This is what they're pushing in schools today. This is exactly what they're pushing in schools. And I'm going to tell you guys something. A lot of this has nothing to do with liberating the children, teaching them anything that's going to benefit them in life. A lot of this has to do with these adults that have wicked minds, right? That are pedophiles, that are trying to groom these children to be a certain way at a certain age, right? And we actually did a live video. You guys should check that out. I might put the link to that on this video. But it's actually on the HOI Atlanta channel. You check it out. We got into the whole law that it passed, the SB 145, that it passed in California, basically lessening the laws against pedophilia, right? Also, what they also did without the whole registry system if you were convicted of pedophilia. And we basically rebuked that. You guys should check that video out, right? We have to address this issue. We have to address every issue that is against the Most High. But, you know, I'm kind of addressing this issue myself and, you know, and a couple of the brothers because this is something we need to be paying attention to, right? I'm just going to continue the video. Then we're going to pull a couple of scriptures and wrap up this video.
I know she's nice and funny and like she's quite sweet and caring. I think one day it would be nice to live in a society where you could just bring, say if I brought a girl home, and my dad would probably just be like, oh, okay, I'd love to live in a world like that. So coming out really, I hope coming out isn't a thing within the next maybe 50 years, because it just be expected that you can bring anyone home.
To the people who are too afraid to come out, I would just say that you can love who you want and you can be who you want to be. And if you love someone, you shouldn't be afraid to say what you believe, and what other people think doesn't matter, just as long as you're happy.
I would like to say to the people who are afraid,
just as long as you're happy, huh? Yep. Lust of the flesh. That's all that is. That's what that equates to. Has nothing to do with living righteously or even just living in a way where we can be sustainable in this planet. You can't sustain yourself if you're into homosexuality. There's no way you can procreate. You can't have children, right? So basically, you're basically destroying your own self. You know, when we know the Most High taught us to be fruitful and multiply, right? This is why our people got to get away from these damn devils, man. We got to separate ourselves from their wicked kingdom, their way of thought, their way of moving. You know, my brother Ari always say, you know, if they're doing something a certain way, you do the complete opposite, because that's probably the righteous thing to do, right? But let's wrap this video up, get some scriptures out. I might bring up an article and we'll be done.
basically don't worry and just do what they want to do.
I think for us, the only hope is that this can go international. It can really get to the countries that seriously need to start being LGBT plus inclusive.
Hi, I'm Ollie,
Salakia.
creator of Pop and Ollie.
Salakia, as you can see, that whole video was about that, right? Now, I am going to bring up a couple of scriptures real quick. Just to address that issue. And we got to keep in mind, man, the Most High is very serious about the children, man. When you hurt any child or do anything that is wicked to children, the Most High is going to judge you for that, man. Right? He is going to destroy you, man. Let's bring out Matthew 18 and verse 6. It's the book of Matthew, chapter 18, verse 6. It's the word of Yahushua. It says, "But whoso shall offend one of these little ones, which believe in me," right? "It were better for him that a millstone were hung about his neck, and that he were drowned in the depth of the sea." See, that's how deep and important the children are to the Most High, man. When you destroy the mind of an Israelite child, the Most High is going to hold you accountable for that, right? Just because you want to fulfill the lust of your flesh, man. Just because you want to fulfill the lust, your wickedness, right? And like I said, all this goes back to pedophilia, man. Don't let nobody deceive you, man. It all goes back to homosexuality, right? That's it. That's the main cause. It's a lot of grown people trying to pass laws, push different agendas to basically fulfill their lust, man. Because they're so wicked and so lustful that they will do anything to get things, their agenda through, right? Let's bring up a classic that we always bring out, right? Let's bring out Leviticus chapter 20 and verse 13, and it reads, "If a man lie also," it says, "if a man also lies with mankind as he lieth with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them." See that? They shall be put to death. How does the Most High put you to death? He judges you, man. He puts spirit on certain people to come and judge you and destroy you, man. Right? That's what the Most High does. If you're into homosexuality, into all kinds of evil things, and you think that the Most High is not going to get you for that, you're sadly mistaken, man. Right? This is why you cannot get involved in certain things, right? This is why you can't get involved with certain things, man. You got to stay away from certain wicked things, right? If you do anything that is wicked, the Most High is gonna come for you, right? So let's prove that. Let's go to Proverbs. Most High is gonna put spirit on men to come and kill you. You wonder why sometimes some people get killed. And you say, "Oh, how did they kill them? What happened?" It's because the Most High put that spirit in that person. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 16 and verse 4. "The Lord had made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil," man. What's the day of evil? The day of judgment, man. The day that you get judged and taken out of this world. The Most High is going to take that. He's going to take that spirit and put it in that person, and they're going to come and hunt you and kill you, man. This is why you got to stay away from evil thoughts, evil ways. Because you don't know when the Most High is going to do that. A lot of people think that the Lord, the Most High is just all love, love, love. You can do all kinds of manner of wickedness to kids, molest kids, and teach them all kinds of wickedness, and think that, oh yeah, you're going to get away with it. Just a bunch of sexual immorality, man. Right? You can read through the scriptures over and over. Leviticus 18 and 22 it talks about that also. Right? It's just crazy, man. We're not supposed to lie with mankind, man, as with a woman. That's an abomination, man. Pure abomination, man. And we got to bring this truth out and keep teaching this word about this evilness of this wicked kingdom, man. And this is not only just in the Americas, it's up in the Europe. Like the video we just saw was from the UK, man. Right? They do all kind of perversion over there too, man. Right? Let's get another scripture out real quick. Then we're going to go to this source real quick. So let's get to Ezekiel. I'm going to bring out Ezekiel 16 and 49, I believe it is. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 16 and verse 49. "Behold, this was the iniquity of thy sister Sodom pride." It says Sodom's like it, pride, fullness of bread, and abundance of idleness. Right? And it says, "was in her and her daughter, neither did she strengthen the hand of the poor and needy." What's the sin? What's the sin? What's the iniquity of Sodom? We all know the story about that. All right? And listen to this. Verse 50 it says, "And they were haughty and committed abomination before me. Therefore I took them away as I saw good." Right? That's the Most High, man. He took them away, man, and completely wiped them off and burned their butt down there while they were busy committing all forms of abomination, man. Right? What Galatians 5 and 19, it talks about the action of the flesh, man. all the sexual immorality, impurity, man. We got to stay away from all that stuff, man. Right? We got to stay away from all that wickedness, man. Because we're not gonna earn the kingdom being that way. The Most High is gonna destroy us over here, man. Let's get another scripture real quick. After this, I'll go to the to the little sources I got. We're gonna go to 3 and 5, and it reads the book of Colossians, chapter 3 and verse 5. It says, "Mortify therefore your members which are upon the earth, fornication, uncleanness," right? Inordinate affection, evil conceptions, and covetousness, which is adultery, man. These are all fleshly sins, man. Right? So we got to pay attention to that, man. Right? But anyways, let me get this real quick. Excuse me, I'm not loud because like I said, I'm in my office and they're doing some work over here. So but anyways, let's see. This is an article that I saw, and I wanted to just bring it out. It says, "Schools in Transition, a guide for supporting transgender students in K to 12 schools," right? From kindergarten to 12th grade, man. They're going to be promoting all this pedophilia in your schools, man. Promoting, they're talking about sexual gratification, man. It's nothing but sexual teaching. So these damn wicked adult Edomites can be perverted with the children. And it says, "School in Transition, a guide for supporting transgender students in K to 12 schools," is a first of its kind resource providing a blueprint for safe, supportive, and inclusive schools. See, when you hear that word inclusive, that means sin, complete sin. And the Most High is not for that. The Most High is a separatist, man. He's not into including in everybody. We know that through the scriptures, man. It says environments for transgender youth. Transgender youth? Are you serious, man? Right? It says the groundbreaking guide. I guess it's a guide that they're trying to give to schools that they can. Again, I'm going to leave the links to these sources, Most High willing, because sometimes I forget. But I'll leave the link to these sources where you can actually read through it yourself. Like I said, I'm just going to go through it real quick so you guys can just see what I'm talking about. Then it says the groundbreaking guide written for administrators, teachers, parents, and other adults who work with youth, right? Covers topics ranging from basic concepts of gender and importance of affirming gender identity, right? See, they want to push that agenda like, oh, you could be a woman, you can be a girl if you want it to be, if it's a boy, and vice versa. If it's a girl, you could be a boy, right? It's a best practice for restroom access and working with unsupportive parents. You see that? Unsupportive parents. You got to pay attention to this word. Basically, what that is they'll know how to call the cops on you if you're not supportive of that wickedness, man. Right? We got a couple of situations now where one parent, this is actually in the UK, he said he's willing to go to jail to refuse any of that teaching to his children. Then there's another one here in the US where they wanted his son, the court basically ruled against him where he has to allow his son to be able to take shots to change his hormones, man. Right? So he can basically grow up to be like a female, start growing female parts and stuff. Right? We know that stuff is just wicked, man. Right? The wisdom of man is foolishness to the Most High, man. Yeah, you might think that you're wise in your wicked thoughts and your science, and this is why science and the Most High don't get along, man. Now, don't get me wrong. There are certain aspects of science that are decent, but we know as men, they just take it to the next level. They just think that they know too much, and now they know more than the Most High, right? So we got to be careful with that whole science crap, man, when we're dealing with it, right? Eat the meat and spit the bone kind of stuff, right? That's how you treat science. So if it's anything that is against the Most High, changing genetic codes and getting into human modification and changing the cause of the thoughts of man and anything of that sort, you got to stay away from that. Just put that to the side. But if it's the basic aspect of science, yes, that's fine. But when you start getting into that deep thoughts of science and trying to modify and re-engineer things, that's what we got to stay away from. But anyways, it says access and working. It says working with unsupportive parents. It says the National Center of Lesbian Rights, right? It's always them behind everything. And Gender Spectrum led the effort to produce the guide. It says joined by HRC Foundation. It says the American Civil Liberties Union and the National Education Association. See that? National Education Association is part of it too. Right? So like I said, you guys can go and read the rest of this, but it just talks a little bit more about the guidelines, what it entails. I'm not going to go through it right now, but I just wanted to, show that to you guys. Right? Let's see. Go back to the scriptures. I'm just going to get like maybe a couple more scriptures. Then, then we're going to be done. Let me see, what do I want? Yeah, we got to stay away from sin, man. We got to stay away from sin, man. Any form of sin, any form of lust and stuff like that, we got to stay away from completely, and live righteously, man, through the Spirit of the Most High, man. But let me actually stop this video here because I got to go get some things done. But all praises to the Most High Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua. Double honors to my elders in the truth that were used as a vessel to bring this truth out to us. And double honors to my brothers that are out here, boots on the ground, doing the work, to the Akwats that are obeying their husband in righteousness, doing the work with the Most High. And I just wanted to say shalom to everybody. We still got next. Kol Mia Shalom.